everybody, we're back again. We have a letter, another letter we have that came in for our Wild Letter segment. So we really just want to jump right into this letter, and our writer entitled their letter, A Deep Connection. Hello, DeLeon family. I would like the opinion of both of you, but individually. I think in this case, a man may have a different perspective. Do you feel a man and a woman can feel a strong connection to one another after a few phone conversations and a couple of dates? I met a man who wasn't looking for a relationship, and I had just decided to put the brakes on dating. Well, that changed for the both of us all within a matter of 3 to 4 weeks. Since our first date, we have not gone a day without talking to each other. Until I met him, I thought I would never experience what people may call a soulmate or heaven sent. This man's words have spoken volumes through his actions. I was already happy, but now I'm happy, excited, satisfied, and couldn't be more sure about my future. What are your thoughts?
That sounds familiar.
Very familiar. What we would truly say to you, in all honesty, do we believe in that? Of course. What is it? Refer back to our very first video.
First video we made, we touched on that a lot.
We did.
And it kind of tells us about tells you guys about the whole story of how me and my wife met. And
exactly.
It's similar to you. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about, we built a phone rapport. We spoke over the phone a lot because he was all the way in Detroit. I'm all the way here in Brooklyn. And we spoke every day, all day. She's at work. I'm at work. On lunch breaks, talking.
Before we go to work. After we get off
5 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to the gym, talking to this woman right here. So it's like, you building up mad rapport on the phone.
In all honesty, we fell in love over the phone.
Yeah.
But what I will say, because it's kind of like those commercials and those infomercials, and they tell you the results, and this is going to happen if you do this way.
Yeah.
And then in small, tiny, fine print, results may vary.
Yeah.
So this is what I would say. Do we believe that you can build a deep connection with a person over the phone? Do you think you can have all these different feelings within the first few weeks? Of course.
Absolutely.
And I think if you speak to most people, the beginning is always great. But that's where you also have to be the most careful.
Mm-hmm.
Because we get so excited in the beginning, and then 3, 6, 9 months down the line, everything shifts and changes.
Mm-hmm.
So though we do believe that you can have those feelings, only time will truly tell if those feelings will fizzle out or continue to grow and stay the same.
Because, not because you also are, but a lot of the times people do show their representative.
Exactly.
So you don't want to get caught with a representative over the phone, of what could be. Like,
exactly.
Really get to know this person, ask them questions that may throw them off, see what his response is. You know what I'm saying? Even probably try the 90-day rule that Steve Harvey implemented.
Definitely, I personally, I'm not gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say about that. Definitely don't, if you can try, not to.
If you can try.
Don't give up the goods. And I'm not going to say 90 days, whatever, okay? We both have a Christian background, but did we do everything right? No, we didn't. And we're not going to sit here and lie to you guys and tell you that we did. We didn't. But it just worked out for us. And I will never go on and tell people to do exactly what we did, because it's not going to work out the exact same way. And for most guys, once they get into the cookie jar, most of them are out anyway. It's like the excitement of the chase. Mm-hmm. And after so long, if you're not giving up, if they really about you or for you for the right reasons, they'll stick around. But you can do 90 days, you can do 6 months. That doesn't, just because you go past 90 days and you make it to 6 months or even a year, it doesn't guarantee that that man is going to stick around.
Yeah.
So though I do agree that you shouldn't be jumping into the sack with, people right away, I also don't necessarily agree that you wait 90 days. But I don't put a time frame on when you should. If you wanted to go about what the Bible says, wait till marriage. Wait till it's right. That way you know for sure that this person is in it for the long run. So I'm not going to promote premarital sex. I'm not going to promote that, but I will. I'm going to be real. A lot of people aren't trying to do that, whereas some people are. If you can definitely not make that decision to jump into that, I don't know how far into this relationship you are. I would definitely try to tell you don't, because for women, more than anything, once we've been intimate with a man, oh God, like that's a whole nother level of an emotions and a connection to a person that makes our judgment call that much skewed when we've been intimate with you.
Yeah.
So when you don't, I think you're able to see things clearly.
Yeah.
I think you can cut things off quicker if you I think you cut things off quicker once you see those things versus, I done had sex with him, now I had the spiritual connection. Now, I'm all in my feelings. I think I'm in love, when really it's because how he flipped you up, smacked you down, rubbed you down type of thing.
Whoa.
Okay, we're all adults here.
Whoa.
We're all adults here.
Whoa.
We're all
But you get the idea.
Exactly. Like, okay, for anybody that knows me in real life, I keep it real. I keep it all the way 100. Let him say his word is 1,000. I'm just an honest, straight from my heart, straight shooter person. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. Sometimes what I tell you will be the absolute opposite of what you want to hear, but I think it's wisdom in the most things that I say. Maybe not always 100% correct. Again, these are just our opinions. It's not Bible. But getting back to your question, overall, do we think that you can have a deep connection? Yes. Absolutely. We are phone, internet, with all the things that society would typically tell you don't do. We're that anomaly that actually worked out. But I will tell you and tell anybody who tells the story too, don't automatically think because it happens for us this way that is absolutely going to happen for you. I still think, even though we had that deep connection, even though day 3 I knew I loved him, he moved out to me within 45 days. All of that, you have to watch the first video.
I'm telling you,
Genesis in the beginning. It's worth watching it so you can kind of really see what phases we went through.
Yeah.
But all in all, even though we may have moved really fast initially and our feelings was really strong, at the end of the day, still 2 years went by before we actually got married. It was still time that went by. Find out what the arguments are like. Find out, do they fight fair? You can love a person and like a person when everything is all good. But the true test is when things aren't all good. Is that person still willing to stick it out when things aren't all good? Is that person still willing to communicate? Is that person willing to long suffer with your flaws and your baggage? That's the true test. And if you haven't seen any of that yet, move slowly, be honest about your feelings, but also keep your eyes up and your ears open. And all of that will tell you if those feelings that you feel, if it's the real thing. So, you have anything else you want to add to that, babe? Okay, so hopefully we answered the question for you. If you guys have any relationship question you want advice from P, I, or both of us, feel free to email us at meetthedeleons@gmail.com. Give us 24 to 72 hours to respond back. If for whatever reason we can't do a video response back to you, we'll hit you back on email and let you know when and how to expect it. So we thank you guys again for trusting us with your questions, respecting our advice, and perfectly everything works out for you in the long run. So love you guys. Have a great day.
good.